welcome back to my channel. If you haven't seen me before, I'm Dave, also known as the Solo Summiteer. I make videos for YouTube, Instagram and Facebook. I'm into wild camping, mountain camping, hiking, all that sort of stuff. There's probably about 250 videos on my YouTube channel, so you may want to check out some of that stuff if you're interested. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about this little beauty from BLUETTI. It's funny because recently I got myself a roof tent, and that's allowed me to go on some great adventures. I've already done quite a few trips in the Scottish Highlands, and sometimes I've been away for 2 weeks, sometimes I've just been away for a week. But what I've found with all the electrical gubbins that I carry with me, all the little gadgets and everything, I've really struggled. When I get to the end of the first week, I've really struggled charging everything up. So I was actually looking for one of these power stations, and I couldn't believe it when I was contacted by BLUETTI and they mentioned this. Now, BLUETTI, I had been looking at them, and BLUETTI are one of the market leaders in this type of thing. So yeah, I thought, yeah, I'll take them up on their offer and I'll have a look at this. So this has been sent to me by BLUETTI. I've not paid for it myself. I just want to make that quite clear. But when I was looking at this type of thing, I mean, these aren't cheap items, let's be honest. They are not cheap. There are some good deals on them at the moment though. So what I didn't want to do, I didn't want to pay for a load of stuff that I wasn't going to use. And this one in particular really caught my eye, because if you look at the size of it, I'll get a tape measure later and I'll show you the size. And the weight is about 10 kilos. So when you're lugging this around on camp, or I use it in the car, so I'll take it back and forth from the car to the house, and it's only 10 kilos. So these are the cables that come with it straight out of the box. Firstly, you've got what I would call a cigarette lighter type cable. So you can use that. I have used it. I plug that into my car. There's a socket in my boot. So that plugs into the car, and then this end here just goes into there. DC input. That just plugs into there, and then it charges on the move in the car. It's quite slow charging with that. I think it takes 7 to 10 hours from empty to full, because you're only getting 12 volts out of the car. But it's a great feature. I just use that when I'm driving around and just have it plugged into that, which is fine. And then we've also got this, which is, you can use solar panels. I don't have any solar panels with this. They didn't come with it. I just got the unit itself. But you can buy solar panels that will give up to 500 watts into that, dependent on the weather, obviously. And if you've got good weather, providing 500 watts, you charge it up in about a couple of hours, which is really good. The standard mains leads, it's just a standard lead, so you can soon replace that if anything happens to that. And I'll show you. That just plugs in there, in there, and then there's an earthing point that comes with it there for an external earth. So when I'm out on my adventures, this is the sort of thing that I normally take with me. Various sizes of power banks. And what I find is, especially in winter, when I'm using my GoPro batteries and my drone batteries, which take quite a lot of power, these quickly get drained. I mean, even when I charge stuff up in the car, you can go through one of these in a couple of days. So the AC70 power station supports 3 AC charging modes when you charge it from the mains. In the standard mode, recharging time's approximately 2 hours. In the turbo mode, you can charge it to 80% in approximately 45 minutes, and a full charge in approximately 1.5 hours. This comes in handy when recharging time's a priority. And then the easiest mode on the battery is the silent mode. Recharging here takes approximately 4 hours. The unit itself uses lithium iron phosphate batteries. Now, these type of batteries are believed to be more stable, more eco-friendly, and have a longer lifespan than other lithium ion batteries. So the unit features 1000 watts continuous power and multiple outlets to connect various appliances all at once. If you enable the powerlifting mode, there's an app for this as well, that you can enable the powerlifting mode in the BLUETTI app. You can power your energy intensive devices with these, such as hairdryers, electric kettles, electric blankets, heaters. Any resistive load, it can take up to 2000 watts of power just for short periods. Obviously that's going to drain the battery, but it can do it. once it's reached full charge, it'll automatically stop charging, so you don't have to unplug it. You can just leave it plugged in all the time, and it'll maintain full charge. You won't damage the unit at all. But it's guaranteed to be at 80% capacity after 3,000 charges. So if you've used it to charge 3,000 times, the batteries will still be at 80%. There's also a 5-year warranty on the unit. So I've just got back from the camp now, and I'll show you my setup. That's what I've got charging there. I've got a head torch, GoPro batteries, drone batteries, and my iPad, all connected to the USB sockets there. And what I do, I've got the car charger plugged in as well, so that's plugged in there, so it's charging when I'm on the move, just a trickle charge, and keeps it topped up nicely. I've got a cool box in my car as well, so what I can do with that, I can plug that into the cigarette lighter socket on the front of the BLUETTI unit, and that typically on a full charge, if the unit's charged up, I get 8 hours overnight with that easily, and then there's still plenty of charge left in it. See there, it's taking 66 watts. As you can see, it doesn't take up too much room in the boot, nice and compact there, and it's because it's only weighs 10 kilos, it's easy to just move it around. So let's plug the unit in and take a closer look at it. Plugs in just around the side there, in there, and once we're plugged in, the fan comes on, the display lights up. Really like this display. So what's that showing us now is that the battery is 93% charged, and the input is 456 watts. That's from the main supply on the plug there. It's also showing us that the AC output, which is those, is 0 because we're not charging anything, and the DC input there, from that would be either the car charger or the solar charger, that's 0 as well because there's nothing connected, and the DC output, there's nothing connected to that either. These are the DC outputs for USB-C 100 watts, got 2 of those, and then USB-A 12 watts, the traditional older type, you've got 2 of those as well. So it's a really clear display, and everything, all your information's on there. You might be able to hear the fan running. Oh, display's gone off. Just press that again, the display comes back on. See the blue symbol there for the fan, but you can hear it running. So you can see there that it's only been on a few minutes and the charge is now up to 94%. It's currently in eco mode. What that does, if it senses there's no load on the device, after about 2 minutes it just shuts itself down. Again, it just saves power. So as you can see, I've unplugged the unit now, there's nothing connected, and it's showing 94% charge on the battery, and the runtime is 99.9 hours. That's because there's no load connected to it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to connect my drone batteries. There's 3 of them in this little charger unit here. So I'll connect these to the USB-C there, 100 watts USB-C. Plug it in, and then I just need to set the DC output. So that's on now. You can see 2 of the batteries are fully charged, and that one needs a bit of charge in it. So it's currently taking 11 watts on the display there, 10. As the charge increases in the battery, I'll just show you see the lights flashing there. As the battery gets more charge, obviously the power that it takes out of the unit drops. So that's nearly fully charged now, it's only taking 9 watts. And currently that shows the runtime left in this unit. So if it was to carry on like that, it's got 55.5 hours of battery life left in this unit to charge the items. So you can see now that's going up because the charge in the battery is taking less power as the battery becomes more charged. So the drone batteries are charging away now. I'm also going to connect my mobile phone. So I'm now going to connect my action camera battery. Again, that's a USB-A. So I'll go in there. One of the batteries looks like it's fully charged, but that one needs some charge. So there's still one 100 watt USB-C socket left. so I could plug something else into that if I wanted to, have them all charging at the same time, which is great. Now we've also got on this side two 240 volt main sockets for sort of domestic appliances. I'll be honest with you, I haven't used these, I've no real need for them, but as I said previously, you can plug resistive devices, which is basically heaters, into those, and if you put it on the boost mode, you can get up to 2000 watts of power to your heated devices, sort of hairdryers, things like that. It will drop the voltage to get the 2000 watts, but they will still run. So I just wanted to show you the BLUETTI app on my mobile phone. So that's basically a repeat of what it shows you on the screen. The screen's, I said the screen's gone off now because it's just saving power, but the battery's at 94% and it's outputting 18 watts to these various devices to charge them. You can also select different charging modes. So there's the standard mode, which I usually have in the standard mode, but the silent mode, that's the easiest on the batteries. Obviously the quicker you want to charge the batteries, the more strain you're putting on the batteries, so that they won't last as long, although they are guaranteed to be at 85% output after 3000 charges. So the easiest way to charge it on the batteries is the silent mode. The standard mode, but it takes longer. The standard mode is just a standard mode, and then the turbo mode, that's the hardest on the batteries, but I think you can get them to about 85% in 45 minutes in the turbo mode. So if you just need to get some power into it quickly, that's the way to do it, but I wouldn't use turbo mode all the time because it's just too hard on the batteries. So another feature of the unit, if you want to connect AC items, 240 volt items to these sockets here, you can just switch them on and you can have everything on at once. Obviously it's more load on the unit, but you can do that. You can also use it in pass-through mode, where if you've got power connected and you're charging it, it can also supply these items as well. So it doesn't have to be unplugged, you can be charging it whilst drawing off it as well. So I hope that's been useful to you. That's the BLUETTI AC70 1000 watt power station. As I say, I'm really pleased with it. I mean, it meets all my needs. These units, they're not cheap. So what I would advise you to do is look at what your needs are and buy something that suits your needs. For me, there was no point buying a load of fancy features or power that I wasn't going to use, because you know, they're not cheap. So I wanted to buy just what I needed. But I'll leave a link to the BLUETTI website in the description of this video, and check out their range, and they've got some offers on at the moment, so it might be a good time to buy if this is what you're interested in. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. See ya.